Good morning, all you people out in YouTube world. My name is Joe. I'm doing my thing right now with my weight loss journey. Here's my Ozempic pen. Today I'm doing my 15th shot of taking this drug in my system. And I actually got to say, there are some people that I know that I haven't seen in a while, especially now that my children are going back into like soccer, playing soccer for the season. So there might be some parents I haven't seen since last year or whatever else. I'm starting to get some compliments. Wow, you look great. Oh my God, have you lost weight? And I'm doing this for me, but to hear people just say that like out of the blue, it feels kind of nice. So I gotta say, it's one of those things that, you know, I'm not doing it for the compliments, but getting the compliments are actually pretty nice. So I gotta say that I know that things are working because now it's being noticed by other people. I'll tell you what, I'm not exactly the person that you notice for his appearance to begin with. So um, I'm having good times knowing that this is starting to show outwardly to people that there is good progress. So I'm very happy for that. But today is Wednesday, 9/11. So everyone's going to have, their in memoriam faces on. Their stories are going to be told. I'm sure Facebook is going to be filled with people talking about what they were doing today so many years ago. Um, it was a grand tragedy, but hopefully we have healed. Hopefully we'll get past being as divisive as we are. Um, there was an interesting presidential debate last night, so everyone's going to take away from that what they want to take away from. But in the meantime, for everyone else like us that is down at ground level of just the goings on day to day, we still have our own struggles to go through. This whole video series is about my own struggle in this topic. So I'm gonna do what I can. Gonna make sure my family's good. Gonna make sure I have a career, and hopefully things will turn out all right. I'll just keep going towards a better future as much as I possibly can. But I'm not looking to pontificate. I'm not looking to try to get on people's, bad sides today. I'm here to talk about what I've done since the last time you saw me last Wednesday. And I'll jump right into our wonderful production graphic. And bam, 255.4. And I will have to say, this was one of those weeks that I did keep it in my mind and concentrated all week long. I really dieted this week. There was nothing like a cheat day. I tried to keep things very, very small. In fact, I think I kind of upset my wife last night because, we were pretty busy yesterday because I was working, she was working, then she had to get home by like 5:30 so I can jump out and do a plasma thing and get there before 6. Um, but she was running late because she had to do something a little bit different with her last student. So we actually had to bring my other son, who was home already, with me. We swapped them in front of a store, and then I continued on my journey. She came home and got the other kid as well, and then you have to get them ready after school, get them ready for bed, get the dinner going on or whatever else. But what happened was I don't know what time she started or if she was doing something very complicated, but I went and did my thing. I was even late doing that as far as how long it took to do a plasma draw. And I came home, fed the dogs. The dog hadn't been eaten yet. Get a kid to bed. And I think she had like short ribs or rib tips or whatever in the oven, which sounded pretty good. But I was like, you know something? It's Tuesday night. I weigh in tomorrow morning. I really want to do everything I possibly can to get every ounce out before I have to do this for myself and for you. Um, but it was 8:30. The debate was starting in a half hour, and I was like, "Is that stuff ready?" And she goes, "Oh no, it's gonna be another 30 minutes." I'm like, "30 minutes? I can't wait another 30 minutes for it." I was like, I'm just gonna throw together a salad, whatever, to make sure that today is as best as it could be. So I did that, but I'm sure I upset her a little bit because she cooked something and I wasn't eating it right then and there. But we are a family that does leftovers. So I said, it'll be there tomorrow for me. Don't worry about it. And I'll talk to her to make sure that we're all smooth because she is a support system. Um, but, hey, I had that salad, 255.4. Okay. So this is officially 30.6 pounds that I have dropped since I started this 14 weeks ago. 14 weeks of being on Ozempic, 14 weeks of going to a trainer, 14 weeks of changing my lifestyle, which again include things like I think I cut my drinking down to a third. So I might still have like a night cocktail, one, every other day. Sometimes I'll even go 2 days in between. Especially going from like Sunday to Wednesday. I think Monday, Tuesday, I really make sure I don't have a drink. But I'm not like missing it. I'm not going through any kind of withdrawal. I just decided, listen, let's drop it down to like one enjoyable like nightcap. When you actually do it, or when I actually do it, not you, but when I actually do it, and then move forward that way. So, like I said, I've been throwing my salads together. My preferred salad, by the way, is a whole thing of romaine lettuce, one avocado, sunflower seeds, croutons, and then I may or may not throw some shredded cheese on top of that too. I have never been a salad dressing person, but when I pop all that together and throw it in a bowl, I find good flavor out of it. And you know something? People will say, hey, you don't need the cheese, hey, you don't need the croutons, but I've already taken what could be a regular meal of X high calories and dropped it significantly. And I'm actually finding that I'm getting full. Now, it's a lot of leafy greens to throw in your belly to begin with. But on top of that, it's one of those things that, I know I'm going towards a goal. Right now, the way these are going, I get to physically say my goal is to change that number right there every few weeks. Maybe every couple weeks at total. But it's one of those things where it's like, all right, I'm in the 250s, thank God. Where are the 240s? So in my mind, I'm definitely going on 10-pound increments. And I'm trying to eat it up that way so it's better for me to actually obtain it. And if I can do a 1.5 weight loss every week, hell, I'm going to be there in like 7-8 weeks. So why not just continue that? This was a good week for me. This week I went down 2.1 from last week. And if you remember, last week I was down 0 from the week prior because it was a Labor Day weekend. So it's one of those things where if I can just keep this going on, I'll get out of the 250s and be in the 240s. And then I can say, okay, now what? Go to 230s, and just chug along, go for the walks, play with my kid outside for a little bit, not just to have some playing some soccer thing, but, get outside, stop sitting down all day. I mean, hell, I'm an accountant. I sit down all day anyway. So, I'm happy for what's going on there. Like I said, because I'm down 30.6, I got another one of these freaking Weight Watchers charms that I picked up off the internet. 30 pounds. I've hit a 30-pound milestone. I've got an old one sitting here with 40 pounds that I can't wait to pull out and throw on my little charm ring and say, hey, achievement. I've got my eye on one on eBay right now for the 50-pound, but I'm not going to buy it yet. I'm going to wait till I get a little bit closer. Make sure I earn the 40 first before I buy the 50 and go down that route. Unfortunately, I can't get it like this. I got to get some circular weight barbell kind of pound. I'd like to get this one, but I can't find it anywhere. I thought a woman had it on Etsy for a time, but it's not there, unfortunately. But bottom line, go me, 30 pounds, 14 weeks. And of the 14 weeks, in fact, it was funny, I was just telling somebody at work yesterday, the first 4 weeks, I was only doing that quarter dose. And I think I had lost the first 7 pounds or so during that first month. Maybe it was 8 pounds. And I told my doctor, I was like, I don't know if it's the drug or if it's me. And even he told me, he goes, dude, you're on a quarter dose. It's not the drug. The quarter dose just starts introducing into your bloodstream, introducing into your system. It's not actively doing anything just yet. And it's possible that at the half dose, it might have been inkling on the edges, but for the most part, the half dose wasn't really doing too much. So if I sit there and say, okay, what happened in those first few months might have just been me and not the drug. So let me look really quick on my things. Up in the dose, here it is. So in my 8th shot, I had popped up. So in my 8th shot, I had already lost 14 pounds. So I lost 14 pounds doing my effort in the first 7 weeks that the drug wasn't really doing the job that people know the drug's supposed to be doing. So I've lost 30 pounds. Let's say about half of that was done with my effort alone before the drug popped in. Okay, now it's been 10 weeks. And I've lost 15 pounds since then with the drug. But I haven't hit a wall yet, knock on wood. So I know things are progressing and things are going pretty well. So to that effect, let me just give myself today's dose. It's already 6:47 this morning, and I'm running a little later than I thought because I actually got to sleep in a little bit last night, which is always refreshing, always good to do. But I actually have to get my butt into the office today. So I got to drive an hour in like 10 minutes from now. Plus I want to upload this before I do. So let me get my little thing while I go off camera for a second. Clickety click. Boom. We've done this shot again together today. So I don't have much more on my mind right now. I do know that I'm taking a vacation to Germany at the end of the month. So, we'll be bringing our breathing CPAP machines for the night. I will have a brand new pen to take with me, so I'll still be doing my shots. I don't know if I'm going to have a scale available, so I may not be able to say, hey, I've lost, X point whatever, week to week, so I have to figure out if I'm even going to be doing these videos while I'm out there. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But again, I'm also going to be in a foreign country. I'm going to be walking a lot because we're doing some touristy things. But at the same time, we're going to be eating whatever food that we're going to be buying out there and Beer Fest and all that kind of jazz. So I might fall off the wagon a little bit. It might be my first negatives, but I'll see what happens. Okay. In the meantime, not going to bore you with trying to fill any time for you, so let me let you go. Again, thank you very much for listening to this. Hope to hear from you soon, and I hope to have conversations back and forth with you in the comments down below. And if you got your stories, always love to hear them. We can do this journey together, and we can all go to the future that we're hoping to make for ourselves. Okay? On that note, have a good day. Bye-bye.